I don't know. It's like so many people here. It's like, what? Why are so many people here?
It's an important topic that cuts right into the. You do you.
No,
And the best part of doing you is that then you always know why.
No,
it's like 100% of the time.
It.
Know why?
No,
it's like 100% of the
get
time.
It, but I'm not like I guess I'm just like, you know, we all have our loss for words. So
an animal that's in the category.
So you don't know why you believe the Earth is a sphere?
No, I do, because they had a solid argument. I just don't remember all of it. I could look it up and I'll put it in the chat.
So if I was to say to you, why do you believe the Earth is a sphere? What would you say?
Hold on, I just looked it up. How did the Greek scholars know the Earth was a sphere? They observed.
So how did you know?
I know because my worldview is Platonic. So everything from ancient Greece is how I know things.
Okay, so how does what you just said prove the Earth is a sphere?
Through their test.
What test?
Yeah, I was trying to explain that.
No, you weren't. You said you didn't know. You said you forgot.
Yeah, just because I forgot something doesn't mean that I wasn't shown before that was true.
Well, if you forgot something, then you don't know it, do you?
Yeah, but have you ever forgot something that you knew was true and then had to relook it up?
Go ahead then.
Yeah, they observed that ships disappeared over the horizon while their mace were still visible. They saw curves and shadows of the Earth on the moon during lunar eclipse, and they noticed that the changing positions of the stars in the skies.
Okay, so do you want to start with the first one then?
Yeah, I'll just put the academic site in the chat.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Am I talking to the academic site or you?
Both.
The academic site.
well, I know, but you guys realize you have an ancient Near East cosmology, right? But the Greeks did find it. Yeah.
So you'd be claiming, with boats going over the horizon, that horizon's a physical place, yeah?
Physical place. Why would
and ships going over the horizon was debunked by physics 129 years ago.
The physics today, well, I mean, that's appeal to age, but the physics today hold to.
What did you just do when you posted Eratosthenes?
What?
You just did the same thing.
No one disproved the whole shadow thing they did.
The Greeks.
I believe that today.
What does it matter? Does it matter that they're Greeks?
What?
Well, why did you say it was the Greeks? Who cares if it's the Greeks?
Okay, if you to do...
Oh, because it was an appeal to age? Yeah, okay, good try.
No, it's appeal to origins. Appeal to origins of who discovered the Earth was round first and how did they do so. So it wasn't just, it's true just because the Greeks, that would be fallacious. I also put their argument in the chat that still people agree with is true with the shadows.
So go ahead, folks.
They do not agree with that, by the way.
Yeah, it's still today. Carl Sagan had a whole thing on the shadows too. I mean, they still.
Yeah, but that's not everybody. That's a person. And Carl Sagan admitted that it works on a flat surface too. It's not exclusive.
Okay, you can't go to any university teaching your view anywhere in the world.
Yeah, okay. Who cares?
I mean, so what it is like this weird Gnostic view of reality.
Everyone
isn't I'm not going to do it now. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. Are you doing an appeal to authority then as well?
No, it's not just appeal to authority. It's appeal to data and information.
What data?
The data about the shadows.
Okay, so
data.
So I just posted in the chat. So you said this is from an academic journal. Okay, it says an academic journal. However, his observations would have led to very different conclusions if he had used another set of presuppositions interpreting his observation. It's not exclusive evidence of anything.
Not being unreasonable.
Interpreting the evidence of what?
You don't even know what it is, dude. It's so fucking sad, dude. Presenting evidence, you don't even know what it is.
What is this referring to?
Okay. It works on a flat Earth too.
The shadows?
Yes.
I'm not downloading this PDF to just see that, but I don't see any. That's how you learn how.
They had presuppositions. They presuppose a sphere, they presuppose parallel rays, they presuppose a distance to the sun, and they presuppose a distance between the points. So they had presuppositions. If they used different presuppositions, they would reach a different conclusion.
Obviously.
Yeah. Well, that's from the consequent, dude. It's a logical fallacy. It's not evidence of anything.
Wait, how's that a logical fallacy? That they use evidence
Affirming
of
the consequent. Affirming the consequent.
Okay,
It's a
what
form of
fallacy?
logical fallacy.
For affirming the what?
If affirming the consequent. If P then Q, Q therefore P.
Yeah, affirming the evidence that shows that the Earth is round.
No, affirming the consequent is a form of logical fallacy.
Yeah, how am I doing that? By accepting the evidence.
If globe then sticks and shadows do X, sticks and shadows do X, therefore globe, it's affirming the consequent.
Well, I still think
it doesn't.
that's true. It's not.
I don't care what you think. Still, I don't care what you think.
Okay, what you think, dude? No one thinks the Earth is flat in university. Like your view's pseudo history. Okay, so what's
pseudo history?
Pseudo history is those that reject like all the data and evidence that we have today. It's like pseudoscience.
Did you just literally just make that up just now?
No. So pseudo history be like people making up like the blacks or Egyptians or something. Pseudoscience would be science that is non-ethical, doesn't work, and it hasn't been proven.
Yeah, so I still don't understand your point. What's pseudo historical about it?
That we found out the Earth isn't some ancient Near East cosmology. It's just not true.
Who's we?
Humans. Humanity.
So even at the time that the Greeks and Eratosthenes did the sticks and shadow, there was a guy named Thales of Miletus, the guy that predicted the first known eclipse. He wasn't a globetard.
A globetard. Okay, but like it just
So he was contemporary. He lived in the same city at the same time.
So what?
But it didn't convince him. Why not?
Okay, well, eventually the whole world gets convinced of the globe. So what?
Well, no, it ain't the whole world. Not even close. Oh, where'd you get that number from?
What?
Yeah, where'd you get that number from?
Okay, where can I go learn about the flat Earth?
Yeah, where'd you get the number from? So you're full of baseless claims, aren't you?
Statement.
You're just it's a general statement with no evidence, dude. Ipsy dixit bullshit.
Well, why I'm saying the evidence is there's nowhere on Earth I can go to a university in any country that teaches you a view of the Earth.
So what? No university teaches plumbing either. Do we not have toilets?
So it's a bunch of people in the basement.
Do any universities teach plumbing? Do any universities teach plumbing?
So who cares about your view? It just sits in a basement.
So do any universities teach plumbing?
I don't know, dude. What the hell?
No, the answer is no, but toilets still exist.
I'm worried about you, flat Earth, because it seems to be something.
Yeah, now you're just gish galloping all over the place because you're fucking TikTok goldfish.
Wait, I think you have to accept the demiurge that all these nations
now you gotta change the subject, right?
Are deluded, right?
Yeah, now you gotta change the subject. This is just like a pathetic, low IQ thrashing about, dude.
You're not a critical thinker, dude.
You don't even know what that is.
Yeah, dude, it comes from.
You didn't even know what affirming the consequent was, and you tried to freaking justify it.
Yeah, I don't think I fit in that category. I affirm the evidence with the eclipse and the shadows. It's not a fallacy to do that. Like, there would be no point to even hide the shape of the Earth, because people did human sacrifice that thought the Earth was flat. It's like, oh, Satan's hiding this. Like, what are you talking about? The Canaanites that did human sacrifice had a ancient Near East flat Earth model, and yeah, that's in the Bible
It's that
too.
people who start wars believe in the globe. Like it's a stupid argument. It's dumb.
Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't
not
make
hidden.
sense.
Well,
It's
this whole
not
idea,
hidden either.
like Satan's
What?
hiding this stuff, or like the evil
Dude, why are
government.
you trying to change the subject to some fucking metaphysical occult shit?
Because, well, I think your view is a cult. It's hidden, right? The true shape of the Earth.
It's not hidden.
Yes, it is.
How is it hidden? You can just go outside.
That's retarded. Doesn't tell you the shape. You can go outside and the Earth could be a friggin' cube.
Does it look that way? Does it look like a cube?
How would you tell from just going outside?
Because it looks a certain way. That's how you can tell.
And you're the small thing on a humongous cube.
Well,
How would you tell?
that's an ex post facto justification to deny what you're experiencing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy that ex post facto they say, "Hey, dude, it just looks that way, but it's really something else."
Yeah,
It's not hidden.
that's how a lot
It's obvious.
of retarded ancient people thought, and it actually wasn't obvious.
Oh, they were retarded. They were retarded. How did you know they were retarded?
Because they're wrong about
Because they didn't deny their senses, and you do.
Okay,
so they're retarded.
Okay,
Which is more reliable, your mind or your senses?
What?
Okay, which is more reliable, your mind or your reasoning or your senses?
They kind of all go together. I don't know how you separate all.
You're just like a self-refuting Autobot, dude. It's fucking hilarious.
It's my first time hanging out in here.
Yeah, you're doing horrible.
My name is Hypatia. I'm a Neoplatonist Christian mystic.
You just said you're a Platonist when you came in. You changed that quick?
Well, a Neoplatonist would still be Platonist.
Well, kind of in a way, but not really. The point is, it's not hidden. Nothing's hidden. You've experienced the world. Someone whispered in your ear that that's not real, and you were like, okay.
Well, even if by sense, right, and I trust my sense, and if I look up and see
you have to ignore what I said because it hurts, dude.
No, if I just go off of sense and I see, all the other planets through a telescope around, the thing I'm on must look like those.
Why?
Why? Yeah,
well, because I'm just going with his argument, senses.
No, why would you put where you are? That's not no. First of all, your senses aren't telling you that because nothing in your senses tell you they're the same thing. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's observation.
What do you observe that tells you it's the same thing?
All the other planets around.
Yeah. So what about those that are similar to where you are?
Because it's highly unlikely the one thing I'm on looks totally different than everything else around me.
Okay, what makes you think that thing in the sky is what you're on?
My sense, your argument.
Okay, so we have a category, right? It's a category planet. Celestial bodies. What puts Earth in that category?
Well, your argument was using my senses.
Nothing in your senses puts Earth in that category. There's no observable similarities.
Yeah, I observe all the other planets in the round.
Yeah, but no, you have to observe something on Earth. So you're just going in a circle, right? You're going in a circle. You're going in a circle. The planet's around, and what's your evidence Earth is around because the planet's around? What's your evidence Earth because the planet's around?
It'd be more plausible. Just going in a circle. Well, how about this?
No, it's not. It's not. It's less plausible because.
It is.
No, it's not because you don't observe any similarities.
What?
You don't observe. Okay, we have a category called cat. When you look at some animal, you go, "Hey, that looks like an animal that's in the category cat. Mm-hmm. Has like a furry little tail, has pointy ears, has whiskers." So I know it's in the category. Okay, so we have a category planet. Look around the Earth. What do you observe that puts it in the category planet?
All the other planets.
That doesn't. I said of the Earth.
Yes, Earth is a planet. It has the essence
of the Earth. What do you observe of features of the Earth? dude.
It's in the category of planets.
Features of the Earth. Features of the Earth, dude, that you
It's in
observe.
the category
List
of
one.
planet, right?
List
Do I
one.
observe
List a
planets,
single one.
subplanets?
List one. List one.
Yeah.
List a
Pluto,
single feature of the Earth.
Saturn.
What about the Earth? Okay, what on the Earth looks like Saturn?
It has the category of planet of being a sphere round.
Yeah, so you don't observe
There's
sphere.
different cats, right? There's different types of cats, right?
Yeah, so
Different
cool.
types of planets, right? All the planets around.
You're just spurging, dude.
All
So
the other planets around, it follows.
you're totally spurging. You're just chanting. So it's not logical. It doesn't even logically follow.
It does.
I see planets around, therefore Earth is around is a non sequitur.
It
does not logically follow.
Planet is around.
How did you get Earth into the category planet when you have no observables that would put it there?
Earth is a planet.
Answer my question. You got one chance before I mute you.
Yes or no? Is Earth a planet?
No.
All right, that's retarded. This is just retardation.
There's no evidence that it is, dude.
All right, dude. You're in.
I'm asking for the evidence that it is, and you keep saying the other planets. No, the evidence the Earth is a planet.
Yeah, we're just.
That means looking at the Earth.
Around. Yeah, I'm on
it isn't one of those other things, though. It isn't one of those other things, though.
Right. Even in your view, it's just highly unique compared to all the other things around it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
it is unique. Retarded. Why do you think that's retarded?
Because.
Do you have any justification for thinking it's retarded?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear it.
All the evidence surrounding our Earth that's around and all the other planets around.
The evidence that you can't even list or name or fucking even Yeah, and it was refuted.
No, it isn't. Flat Earth is refuted.
Dude, fake it till you make it. It can work, bro.
Yeah, but what's the purpose of thinking like you do? How does that benefit your life and worldview?
So that's a pragmatic argument. Who cares?
I know. Who cares if
whether something's useful or not does not determine the truth.
It's not even physical. Who cares? Who cares if it's a
pragmatism does not tell you what the truth is. Lots of things are useful.
It's just purposeless, really.
Okay, you're not gonna gaslight. It ain't gonna work either, dude.
It's like it's not a deep philosophy.
Dude, you're just a big L. You're just a big, like every 3 words that come out of your mouth are like just an L,
like
dude.
Your whole world is obsessed on this, and it's a horrible philosophy to obsess over shape of the planet you're on.
We're not on a planet.
It's like a psychological thing going on.
That's ironic because you came in here in fucking spiraling, like falling downstairs, dude. That's ironic. Talking about us obsessing. You came in here armed with the fucking squirt gun.
No, I'm trying to help people do critical thinking.
Well, they're never going to learn it from you because you've used like 4 different logical fallacies.
No, you're trying to make up straw man.
Okay, so
apply to me.
No, you're using the straw man fallacy wrong, dude.
So if I accept evidence for the shadows and the eclipse,
shadow what? Yeah. What's it evidence? It's not evidence of what you.
And how's that a fallacy? Even if that's the case, how that's a fallacy if I accept that argument?
It's affirming the consequent because there's other answers, right? So you go out and you make the measurement. Listen, you go out and you make the measurement, and you can draw more than one conclusion from the evidence.
It still wouldn't be a fallacy to go with one side or the other.
Yes, it is. It's affirming the consequent.
All right, put that fallacy.
Yes, it's affirming the. Okay, I'll give you an example. If I eat pizza, I am full. I feel full. Therefore, I eat pizza. Well, I could have ate chicken, right? Obviously. So me saying, I am full, I must have ate pizza would be fallacious.
What? I think you know how logical.
Dude, you're a fucking... Yeah, dude. If P thinks Q, therefore P. Yeah. The fact you don't understand says everything.
Well, I mean...
I literally explained it in like literally 5th grade level. And it's over your head.
Yeah, it's a straw man. Because that's not what I'm doing. Okay,
yes,
so you're saying the Greeks themselves...
Listen, I already laid it out for you. I already said, if sticks and shadows do X, or if globe, sticks and shadows do X, sticks and shadows do X, therefore globe. But sticks and shadows could do X.
That's not a fallacy.
And be flat.
I don't think so. I don't think that.
You can think whatever you want, but the evidence of it being true is already in the chat.
There's evidence that we still hold to this. Carl Sagan.
Geometrically, because it's a geometric argument. More than one geometric. It's a no one's straw man. What was a straw man fallacy? Say
that I'm making this appeal to consequence thing, and I'm just accepting the data.
I didn't say. You literally straw man me. Are you serious? You said you did straw man fallacy, and I said, what was a straw man? And then you straw man fallacy.
Yeah, you by straw man.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy, dude. I don't think so, bro. This is like absurdism, dude.
Okay, the people that came up with the fallacies in Greece that believe the Earth is round, are they just walking in a fallacy or what?
You're so low IQ, man.
Yeah, okay.
Anybody else want to slap him around, dude? This is like fucking brain rot.
Yeah, you're a complete moron, kid.
Me?
You don't know any logic. Yes, you're absolutely retarded. You don't know any logic. You haven't understood any of the fallacies that he called you up for. You've got no idea what you're doing. Just a smug dipshit. No clue.
I really think a lot of the people in here have like mental illness.
Yeah, nobody cares what you think. You're literally the dumbest person in this chat. You're probably the dumbest person that's come in this chat in like 2 months. And I'm not kidding.
He's the dumbest in 2 months?
Yeah, but you know that, like in the real world.
Come on,
who are you? Helen Keller?